Good morning, guys. It's Monday morning. Beautiful, nice, quiet Monday morning. I am here in the book of Joshua, chapter 20. Now, this chapter, I'm going to read the first couple of verses and the last. It says, "The Lord said to Joshua, now tell the Israelites to designate the cities of refuge as I instructed Moses. Anyone who kills another person accidentally and unintentionally can run to one of these cities. They will be places of refuge from relatives seeking revenge for the person who was killed." And then it goes on to describe when they get there, they got to go plead their case to the elders and so on. And they were to wait there until that person, give them justice and so on. And the last verse says, anyone who accidentally killed another person could take refuge in one of these cities. In this way, they could escape being killed in revenge prior to standing trial before the local assembly. And what I want to talk about today is that we have refuge in God, regardless of who you are. Now, here it was where the Bible talks about somebody who accidentally took the life of another. And if you want to look at it this way, that is basically the ultimate sin. If you want, somebody's life was cut short, but yet God offers refuge. He says, listen, have some cities designated. In those days, once you killed someone, your life was given in exchange. It was very simple: an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If you injure the person's hand, you got to get your hand cut off too, or whatever it was. But here, he says, hey, listen, I want you guys to have cities of refuge so that should somebody find themselves in a pickle, I don't know if maybe, they were hunting and they shot an arrow or something and it ended up the man walking the path and he died, or whatever. But the main thing is that this other person died and it was accidental. It was completely unintentional. Of course, the relatives may not know that and want to come because that's what the word says, okay, you kill my family, we kill you. But he says, listen, give them a hearing. Let them explain themselves. Let them get to stand trial properly. In other words, it doesn't matter what we have done. God understands that we need a proper hearing. He is not a cruel God. I know there are times when we do things that we know end up hurting someone, and you wish you would get a chance to explain, or, sometimes you say something and you didn't, you said it out of ignorance, or you did something out of ignorance, but it affects somebody else. God offers refuge. There's a place that say, hey, listen, you need a proper hearing. Sometimes you would love to be able to say, hey, listen, can I talk to whoever it is and let them know that I did not mean any harm? And that's what this person was given. Even though a life was lost, they were given that opportunity to say, hey, listen, I know I affected you guys, to the point that your relative is no longer here, but this was not my intention, etc. and so on. They still face the consequences because they basically had to stay in that city until that high priest died. But there was a way out. There was refuge offered. So I want to remind us today that it doesn't matter what we do. Sometimes we do things and we feel that, this is it. This was the ultimate sin. This was the most horrible thing ever. There's no hope. There's always refuge in God. There's always hope in God to get a fresh start. Because when they come out back, they were able to start all afresh. That wiped out. So remember that as we go into this week. God offers a place of refuge. He offers a place where when the world may want to kill us, if you want to put it that way, where the world may want to beat us down, where the world may want to say, okay, no, you were past redemption, God offers refuge for us. I know there are times when, I did things and, other people were affected by it, but I didn't even know. And then, given the opportunity, then I was able to make amends. So I want to remind us, there's a place of refuge in God. So let's go to Him. Whenever we do anything that, seems totally out of way and affects other people, we can find refuge in Him and wisdom on how to deal with that situation moving forward. That's my word of encouragement to you today. Find refuge in God. He loves you. He loves you with an everlasting love, and I do too. Be blessed.